Hey guys, Ultramaximus back with another toy review. This time we're taking a look at another Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2014 film figure, and it's Michelangelo. Oh yes, a fan favorite, Michelangelo, aka Mikey. You know, when I was younger, I really liked Michelangelo, but I kind of developed into a Donatello guy. I liked the Nunchucks. I had Nunchucks as a kid, took a few classes with them. Also did a little sword classes as a child, and you know, I really liked how he had the nunchucks, and he was kind of the party kid and that kind of stuff. But you know, before that, I was into the comics, and they were all very serious and very aggressive, and much like what Raphael really kind of is today. He's the last vestige of those original figures or original characters, and Michelangelo, probably a bit more of a, I would say he's probably the most popular of the characters. What do you think? Who is your favorite character? I'd like to know down below in the comments. But so I picked him up along with the other turtles, and yeah, he's actually pretty decent looking so far in the packaging. I'm definitely digging him. We'll take a look at the package, get him out, see what we think of him, like we do always. And again, it just says Ninja Turtles. Because the initial title of the film was just going to be Ninja Turtles until the backlash from the fans. So this packaging was obviously produced prior to that. Now, like the other Turtles, we're going to kind of zoom up here, or kind of take a closer look. So here's the top of the packaging. There's Mikey in there. He's got the 3-piece nunchuck set, and I don't know what that is called. I cannot remember. If you remember, let me know down below. And he only has one set of nunchucks, which is very disappointing. But like all the other figures, you get a picture of Mikey here, and then his color behind him, which is orange, and then you get the other turtles in the back lined up there. And I think that's a really nice packaging piece. And unfortunately, the turtles are the only one like that. I would like if they put all the turtles up here. You could have done 3 of the turtles and then 1 here, and then put like Splinter, Shredder, the Foot Soldier, April, those characters down in the corner. That would have been nice. Like the other packaging, pretty much the same. There's nothing on it. Here's the back of the packaging. Again, just like the others, you've got the turtles up in the corner. You've got a write-up on what it's about. Basically, Shredder in New York, gangs, violence, turtles are going to beat them. You got your 4 turtles up here on top. Splinter and April, which look atrocious. I didn't even bother picking them up. Then you get a Shredder figure and a Foot Soldier, which I will be reviewing. So yeah, not too bad. I'm definitely digging him so far. Let's get him out of the package and see what we really think. Okay, so here we have Michelangelo out of package, and this one's really kind of a mixed bag of nuts for me. I was really kind of upset with the Leonardo figure in the fact that it just had so many bad paint app issues. Now, all of these figures just seem really sloppy out of the gate. When you go pick these figures up, you need to look at them and find one that has the best paint apps, because there's just mispaints, splashovers, lots of white paint flecks everywhere, just really, really piss poorly painted. But you can find them. There are good sets in there. I mean, you're not going to have an issue finding one that's decent. My biggest issue is I hate when I see white paint flecks on the bandanas. So that's one of my personal peeves. But there are some other bad paint apps on these figures. Before I get that far in with this figure, I want to talk about his weapon set. It really, really disappoints me that they used these plastic nunchucks like they did with the original figures and with the Nickelodeon figures. I hate that. I wish they would put little chains on them or little ropes or something, make them swingable. I don't like these things. I never have. They look like garbage. And to be honest, this thing is horrible. That looks like a macaroni noodle. The color is atrocious. It's this weird kind of macaroni yellow color. I can't explain it any other than that. So that is very, very disappointing. The other thing is they're not even chains. Like on the Nickelodeon version, which I'll compare here in a second, at least they had molded chains. These things just have no detail at all. Leonardo and Raphael, their weapons had a lot of nice molded detail on the hilts. These things just really kind of suck. There's a little bit of molding at the end tips, but that's it. In fact, this thing is so horrible. It doesn't fit in the hand very well, and this one has got to go into that hand because that hand is really designed for the nunchuck. The nunchuck does not fit in this hand hardly at all, which is unfortunate. So, yeah, I don't like that thing at all. So, that being said, now I will say there's the $12 version of these figures, the battle ones where you kind of squeeze their legs together and their arms spin around and do things. That one actually is pretty cool because that one has chains and it spins the nunchuck around. It still comes with the macaroni noodle, but at least it spins the nunchuck around and that looks pretty fun. I may have to get those and try them out. So, yeah, here he is. What do we think of this guy? Well, the sculpt is good, and Michelangelo seems to be pretty prevalent in the commercials. Again, that just might be he's a fan favorite. He is the Bumblebee of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. No ifs, ands, or buts about that. But yeah, he's pretty decent. He doesn't have the freckles that he does in the commercial, which is kind of unfortunate. He does have this nice little kind of ripped up tank top. He's got these necklaces that are kind of badly painted there. And there's a second necklace. It's kind of hard to see underneath him. That's not painted at all. It just drives me crazy. I do like the plastic leather bands around his shell. His shell does look really, really cool. I do dig that. Again, we got this nice molded detail up here, but there's nowhere to put the weapons. Why? Why? I don't get it. We've got this nice hoodie. Even has the hood itself hanging off, tied around his waist here, which is really cool. And it's a soft plastic. You're probably going to hear parrots in the background, by the way. There you go. It's getting close to their bedtime. And he's got body armor pants, which is cool. Very sports-like. And very nice detail. It's got the paint apps. I really do dig it. And I also like how his shoes, they've got the paint apps for the shoelaces and the sides of the shoes, which is really cool. And he cuts the shoes open so his little turtle feet can stick out, and that looks awesome. They even have it painted proper underneath, which is really, really cool. He's got these rags on his wrists and these metal plates. I don't know what that's all about, if they're like fist things, you know, like brass knuckles, or it almost looks like gauze, and that holds it together, like when you break your hand or something. I don't know. But he's got chains around his wrist, or a bracelet around his wrist. That's not painted. That's just very disappointing. And if you look on the back of his neck, you can see where the necklace was nicely molded around the neck, just not painted. Very, very sloppy, Playmates. It really bothers me. And he's even got knee pads, not painted. Very, very unfortunate. Yeah, so let's compare him to the Nickelodeon version of himself, which is right here. Kind of move these guys back. So, they're really not much different in stature. Mikey's probably the smallest of the turtles, which, I mean, he's supposed to be kind of the younger one, which is okay. And it's interesting that he's really very similar in color. The colors of the turtles actually match a lot to the Nickelodeon ones. They really do come close to their alternate parts for Nickelodeon and the movie, as far as colors go. Mike's also got this nice little, like, elbow guard, which is kind of cool. Definitely neat stuff. So, yeah, I do like the molding. It's just sloppy paint apps. So here he is compared to the other turtles. If I can get him to stand. There we go. Let's zoom out a little. So yeah, there he is next to him. As you can see, Raphael is definitely the biggest thus far. He's the bodybuilder. Leonardo is pretty tall, but he's about the same height as Raphael, and Michelangelo, obviously the smallest, which is interesting. Very cool stuff. I like how they have very, very different designs. Completely different designs. I think that is really, really cool. So yeah, is this a figure you want? Well, of course, if you're a Turtles fan, you gotta have Michelangelo. You gotta have all four. That's just, I think, a rule if you get Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. But Raphael, by far, of the three I've looked at so far, has been the best as far as paint apps go. Sculpt-wise, they are all beautiful. They look really good. They all have the same posability where their heads twist. They've got ball and swing joints on the shoulders. They've got the hinge joint on the elbows. The waist doesn't move. They do have the ball joints in the hips, and there's no articulation in the ankles. Again, if we had the articulation in the wrists and the ankles, all they'd have to do is just get them to twist just so you can get some nice ninja poses. It would have been really, really cool, but alas, we did not get that. But it's definitely a cool figure. I do like it. They will look good together as a set. And like I said, I think Michelangelo is going to get quite a bit of screen time. I don't think as much as Raphael. Prediction is I think Raphael is going to be a big focal point to the movie. But Michelangelo is definitely going to be a scene stealer. There's no doubts about that. So there he is, Michelangelo from the new 2014 Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles film. Thanks for watching, guys. If you liked this video, thumbs it up. If you hated it, thumbs it down. And be sure to share my videos and subscribe. And as always, look for new videos in the future.